start with my sound off, man, as we get into this, man. I want to start my sound off by giving a congratulations to the Sacramento Kings, man. Coach Mike Brown, De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Malik Monk, the whole team they've got over there, man. They have been having a very surprising season. I think even people who were high on the Kings coming this year didn't expect them to be, basically fighting, at a current number 3 seed and even being in the race to get the number 2 seed. I think that was well beyond anybody's projections. This is a team that I thought was like, oh, it could be a cool league pass team. Maybe if they're lucky, they'll get one of the play-in spots. But they've been pretty much, just dominating all season long, man. This is something where I think it's about time we give Mike Brown his credit. I think Mike Brown is one of the most underappreciated, maybe even disrespected head coaches over the last decade. This is a guy who took that young LeBron James and Cleveland Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals back in 2007. I know LeBron gets all the credit for that, and that's what happens when you're a great player. You get majority of the credit, but this is something where people act like he was just stepped on. It's not a shocking revelation that they had so much playoff bursts and success when he was in Cleveland. And this is something where a lot of people's like, why is he taking this job? This is a super young job. Nobody wants to be coaching in Sacramento. They don't run through so many damn coaches over there over the last decade. Nobody thought that he should go over there, especially leaving a comfortable situation like he had in the Golden State, where he won a couple championships as being on the bench of Steve Kerr. But you got to applaud him for not only taking the leap to say, oh, I'm going to go back in and prove people just how great of a coach I am. This is a former NBA coach of the year. But to take this young squad to not making the playoffs at all. And in fact, this was currently, as of before last night, was the longest streak of playoff drought in American sports history, going on since 2006. So to come in here, mold this young team to not just being a playoff team, but to be one of the top 3 seeds and even have a chance to be a top 2 seed, you got to give Mike Brown an incredible amount of credit, him and his entire staff. But of course, we also got to talk about the players, man. We got to talk about De'Aaron Fox, who this is a guy when he was drafted back in 2017 during the Lonzo Ball, Jason Tatum class. A lot of people didn't really know. Well, they knew like what kind of player he is. Of course, we all know how he showed out on Lonzo in college when they were both in college at the same time. But Lonzo was getting all the praise, and it's kind of crazy how both careers have kind of gone in separate directions. Now, unfortunately for Lonzo, his has been more of he just couldn't stay healthy more than actually not playing well. De'Aaron is going out there and just been competing on a very high all-star level. He should have been voted in as an all-star this year, like actually picked by the coaches instead of being an injury replacement. But he got in there. Domantas Sabonis, man, he has been incredible ever since he got traded there from the Indiana Pacers. And this is one of the few situations where I feel like that kind of trade helped both franchises. Very rarely do you see a trade where both teams win. This helped Sacramento, helped them become one of the top playoff teams. And now the Pacers have a building block in Tyrese Halliburton. He made his first All-Star team this year. And, of course, we all know the Pacers are not where they want to be playoff-wise, but this is something where as long as you have a young guy to build around, there's a shot for you to get in eventually. And who knows, they might have been a higher play-in team or even maybe a 6 seed if Tyrese Halliburton hadn't gotten hurt so many times this year. But we got to give a shout out to the Sacramento Kings. I've loved everything they've done. It's just great to see that run, to them actually breaking the curse, breaking the drought since 2006. Let's put in perspective of what happened in 2006. May 2006 was the last time they were in the playoffs, April 2006. At that time, I was, that was 2006. I was 17 years old. I'm 34 now. The Chicago White Sox were defending World Series champions. To let you know how goddamn long that was. Barack Obama was still 2 years away from being elected president. It was a lot of shit. It was a vastly different world 17 years ago. So much things has happened. So now the spotlight is on you, New York Jets, who now have the newest current running drought of American professional sports.